So as we already know, Black Ops 3 Zombies is one of the worst zombies experiences in all of Call of Duty Zombies history, easily being outclassed by much better and amazing zombies experiences such as World War II Zombies, Cold War Zombies, and by far the best zombies experience, Vanguard Zombies. So in this video, we'll be looking at the 5 worst weapons in Black Ops 3 Zombies. So without further ado...
My name is Adu!
Yeah, thanks for that, Adu. Anyways, here are the top 5 worst weapons in Black Ops 3 from best to worst. Coming in at number 5, we have the Wrath of the Ancients. Now I know most people saw this coming because this weapon is just atrocious, but believe it or not, it's not the worst thing on this list. Let's start with obtaining the Wrath of the Ancients. This weapon only appeared on the map Der Eisendrache, which is already one of the worst maps in Zombies history. The only way to actually get this weapon is to complete an extremely long and tedious quest line. This involves going to several areas around the map and locating these very well hidden dragon heads. Once you locate the vast amount of dragon heads scattered all over this enormous map, you must then feed them copious amounts of zombies. Once the dragon heads are finally fed, then you must locate a secret underground tomb. In this tomb you will find an ancient stone coffin, and if you go all the way around to the back of the coffin, you will finally be able to pick up the Wrath of the Ancients. Now let's talk about what this thing can do, or what it can't, because it's not useful at all. This bow is highly inaccurate, as you have to charge your shots, and uncharged shots shoot in parabolas, and even charged shots don't go perfectly straight, as well as having a horrible arrow capacity, only allowing the player to hold 60 arrows, which is actually only 30 arrows because, get this, fully charged shots use 2 arrows. And I'm not saying you shoot 2 arrows, no. You only shoot 1, but you still lose 2 arrows just because. Not to mention, it stops killing very early into the rounds, and if you're thinking about using it as a safety weapon, don't even think about it. By the time you're done charging a shot, the zombies have already broken your brand new limited edition rocket shield and got you down. Overall, this bow is just terrible and should never be talked about again. Now, the 4th worst weapon on this list is the Kriegalakarad. Damn it, this thing. See, why would you even want something this hard to pronounce? Now, this bow, also referred to as the Void Bow, Decay Portal, or Demon Gate, is the product of upgrading the Rash of the Ancients. Now, let's go through this process, shall we? In order to obtain the Void Bow, you must, and I mean you must, obtain the Wrath of the Ancients, and we already know how annoying that was. After you have obtained the Rash of the Ancients, you must now scour the entire map, looking under, over, through, and inside every deep crevice of the map until you finally give up, drop to your knees, look to the sky to pray to God, and then right there you notice, on the ceiling staring you down is a demonic symbol. Once you see this symbol, you must shoot it. A purple arrow will drop to the ground. Once you pick it up, it will whisper, "Release me." Like, whoa, hold up. A red flag already. Do you really want to bring a demon back from the dead or another world? Me personally, I'm leaving that arrow right there. But if you decide to carry on with this quest line, now you have to look all over this entire map for a small, tiny glowing square on a random patch of dirt on the map. Once you have located the square, you must now, with no instruction from the demon voice by the way, just kill a zombie by stabbing it repeatedly over and over again on the square, like some sort of demonic sacrifice. Now the demon voice will say, "Return that which is scattered." Absolutely no context or anything, just return that which is scattered. What it means by this is you have to go around the entire map searching for tiny little skulls, human skulls, animal skulls, no one knows, but you have to find them. Once you find all the skulls, they will be all in a circle waiting for you in the room where you stabbed the zombie. Yeah, very creepy. The broken souls must be sacrificed in my honor. Now you have to sacrifice the souls of only crippled zombies, so like crawlers. Like regular zombies weren't good enough. When the demon finishes collecting souls, he will then say to you a series of objects, that are in a different order and different places each time you play the game.
They know my name. Gather and inscribe it.
Once he gives you the objects, now you must go into the hall with all the statues and find the corresponding objects. Once you do, each object will give you a symbol, which you then have to kill zombies to get them to drop that symbol for you to pick up. Once you have got all 3 of your symbols, now you have to remember the order in which the demon voice said the symbols. Once you go back to the room in which you knifed the zombie, the demon voice will ask you to spell out his name by shooting the symbols on the ground.
What is my name?
If you spell his name incorrectly, he will literally just kill you right then and there. If you get it right, a purple glow will come out of the ground and you will receive your reforged arrow. You take this arrow to a random box underground, place it in the box, and now you have to feed the box zombie souls. After feeding it hundreds and hundreds of souls, you'll finally be able to place the Wrath of the Ancients in the box to exchange it for the Void Bow. So after going through all that to build this bow, you would think it's probably pretty useful, right? Yeah, no. This thing is a load of horse manure. Let's start with the ammo. It goes from holding 60 arrows to only 75, and yes, a charged shot still uses 2 arrows, so it's really only about 37 shots. But if you throw in the horrible accuracy, it's really about 10 shots. So yeah, the ammo still sucks. But what about the damage? Well, a regular shot doesn't even do infinite damage to zombies, so that's already terrible. And a fully charged shot, if it hits the target or any surface, will open a portal for these demon skulls to come through and very slowly eat away at the zombies. I don't know about you, but I don't want a weapon that brings demons into my house, so that's a no for me. And not to mention, it takes forever for the skulls to actually kill the zombies, so you'll most likely be dead before the zombies are. Overall, this weapon is a piece of shiza and should be exorcised immediately. And coming in at number 3, we have the whatever, bro, the freaking wolf bow. And just like the previous bow, you need the Wrath of the Ancients if you want to build this bad boy. Now, to build this doo-doo flinger, you need to be an expert at analyzing and interpreting paintings from hundreds of years ago, but that's only if you can even find them, so good luck. Cause just like every other quest in this game, there's always a scavenger hunt with the most annoying and hard to find objects. Now, once you found all 4 paintings and interacted with them in chronological order, you can now get jump scared by an arrow that pops out of the wall. Once you pick up the arrow, now you must make your way to the rocket test area where you have a slight chance of being cooked alive by a rocket test that cares about nothing in its way. Shoot a red flag on a mountaintop hundreds of miles off the ground, a wolf skull will drop and you pick it up. Take the skull of the wolf to its body and the wolf spirit will appear and guide you to several locations around this maze of a map. But leave the wolf alone for just 1 second and he will literally just disappear into thin air. Yeah, now you have to go all the way back and call him again. Though at each location you have to stand near the wolf and collect several zombie souls. This gets really tedious and boring pretty quickly. Like, come on, are the developers even trying to make a good game at this point? Now, after collecting all the souls, the wolf will lead you to its master's coffin, where a skeleton will hand you your new reforged arrow. But, of course, it's hundreds of feet off the ground and requires you to break the laws of physics and trickshot a wolf symbol while wall running. Come on, did you really think they just hand it to you that easily? Now that you have your arrow, you put it in the box, blah blah blah, collect souls, you know the rest. Such a redundant game. Now, following that tremendously lengthy building process, you would think that this weapon is worth it again, right? Wrong you are again, young Padawan. This weapon sucks major eggs. I'm talking grade A eggs. I'm talking extra large huevos. Just like the last bow, it only holds 10 shots and the damage it does is mediocre at best. A regular shot will not even kill zombies on round 30, but just slow them down. Great, Now you have a horde of zombies spread all over the place, the best thing you could wish for. A fully charged shot will spawn a wolf that runs through zombies, stealing their souls, will kind of reliably kill zombies, but dies off later into the rounds. It'll really just start to knock zombies over instead of actually killing them. Coming in at number 2, we have the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, also known as the Fire or Magma Bow. And you guessed it, you need the Wrath of the Ancients. Let's see what boring and extensive building process we have to go through to obtain this primitive PC flinger. So first things first, you need to locate this very hard to find, really small clock tower that's totally not in an obvious spot in the map. Once you're inside it, you can shoot the wall and your arrow will fall out. Now here's the fun part. Go to the rocket test area and just wait. Yeah, just wait and wait and wait. It could be a minute, maybe 5, or even an hour of just waiting for this rocket test to start. Wow, it takes forever. Once the test starts, hide inside the bunker and wait for the rocket test to finish. As soon as it's over, you only have about 2 seconds to run all the way outside, locate the glowing rock, and shoot it in a very precise spot with an already very inaccurate bow. And if you miss, you gotta wait all over again for the rocket test. And just in case you thought that was the hardest part of this questline, no. The developers literally said, how can we make this any worse? They did. Now, you have to find various jump pads spread out across the map. Use the jump pads to launch yourself thousands of feet in the air, moving at light speed. And while in the air, you must very accurately shoot these tiny circles with the most faint red glow, hitting them very precisely. And every jump costs you 500 points. Now, once you've somehow managed to complete this step, now you have to stand inside these glowing demon circles while spirits and ghosts whisper in your ears. Get kills while standing in the circle, and you guessed it, go around the map and do the same thing over and over again for each circle. Once you've done this to all circles, the glow will disappear and only one circle will remain glowing. You must stand in this circle and shoot an arrow into a fireplace all the way across the planet. Now, once you've completed that, you're finally ready to pick up your reforged arrow by interacting with a giant ball of magma at the top of the castle. Then place your arrow in the box and collect souls to get your new upgraded bow. Sadly, you went through all the trouble to build a bow just to be disappointed again, because it still only holds 10 shots and a regular shot will only kill zombies for like, I don't know what, like 5 rounds or something, while a charge shot will trap all the zombies in a mini volcano, burn them alive, doing infinite damage. Whew. So beautiful. And that's why it's not good. Do you really enjoy watching what was once a human being suffer like that? People like you make me sick. Last and most certainly least, we have the Karate Kangaroo Captain Kim Krispy Kreme Kentucky King Kong Koala Killer, also known as the Lightning Bow. At this point, I think you know the drill. Get the Wrath of the Ancients, blah blah blah, follow a long boring series of repetitive and unoriginal quest lines, collect souls, and boom, you have a slightly better piece of poo-poo than you had before. But why does this weapon rank at the bottom of the list? Why is it the absolute worst weapon in the game? Well, because it just does all the work for you. Like, who wants a weapon like that? You just sit back in a corner, shoot a charged shot that spawns an electric tornado that just scoops up zombies and kills everything in its path. What a lame gun, right?